Ang taong magaling mag-ipon actually shows good character. Bakit? Ang taong masinop o nag-iipon will show that he has self-control, that he knows how to delay gratification, that he is contented with what he has and where he is. However, it does not mean that while he is contented, hanggang doon na lang siya. Because a person naman who strives to excel and to become fruitful in the future will strive hard to be able to get from where he is today to where he wants to be. And he will have to be faithful with the use of the resources that God has given him. A person who saves and work is a person who is responsible. Ikaw ba, magaling kang mag-ipon o magaling kang gumastos? Today, I am sad that most people just have a wrong idea about saving. Meron pa tayong YOLO, meron pa tayong FOMO. Diba, these things force us to spend money that we do not have. Pero merong iba sa atin, magaling mag-ipon. And ulitin ko ha, the willingness of a person to save shows his character. Friends, hindi ka mahirap kasi kulang kita mo. Mahirap ka kasi hindi ka nag-iipon. And ang para sa akin, saving is essential in building a fruitful future. Kung gusto mo talagang magkaroon ng fruitful future, magandang future, dapat ka matuto mag-ipon. One of the things I discovered in my journey to fruitfulness is that only savings will make you rich. Na anong ibig ko sabihin only saving will make you rich? Many people today, pag meron kayong mga kilalang financial advisor or mga business guru, they will even tell you that huwag kang mag-ipon kasi sayang ang pera. Dapat hindi pinapatulog yan sa bangko, dapat yan linalagay kagad sa investment. In one of our recent posts, sabi namin na do not do what the rich do what the rich did, meaning magsipag ka muna bago ka mag-invest, and yet many people insist na sayang ang pera pag-iipunin. Ako naman, I believe that pag nag-ipon ka, saka kaya yaman, and it's still connected sa pag-invest, but you invest in the proper time. Let me just explain what I mean sa only savings will make you rich. Many people believe that money is evil. Ako, I beg to disagree. Money is not evil because money is a passive object, meaning wala siyang buhay. Hindi siya pwedeng gumawa ng masama. Hindi siya pwedeng gumawa ng mabuti. Money becomes evil depende yan kung sino humahawak. Now, para sa akin, money is not evil. However, money exposes the evil and the good in you. Money is the best tool para ipakita ano ang totoong ugali ng isang tao. And para sa akin, ang taong magaling mag-ipon actually shows good character. Bakit? Ang taong masinop o nag-iipon will show that he has self-control, that he knows how to delay gratification, that he is contented with what he has and where he is. However, it does not mean that while he is contented, hanggang doon na lang siya. Because a person naman who strives to excel and to become fruitful in the future will strive hard to be able to get from where he is today to where he wants to be. And he will have to be faithful with the use of the resources that God has given him. A person who saves and work is a person who is responsible. Ikaw ba, magaling kang mag-ipon o magaling kang gumastos? Today, I am sad that most people just have a wrong idea about saving. Meron pa tayong YOLO, meron pa tayong FOMO. Diba, these things forces us to spend money that we do not have. Pero merong iba sa atin, magaling mag-ipon. And ulitin ko ha, the willingness of a person to save shows his character. However, meron pa akong tanong, bakit ka ba nag-iipon? Today, in the financial world, we are indeed encouraged to save. Pero ang tanong ko, bakit ka nag-iipon? We are told that we need to save for emergency fund. Ano ba tong emergency fund? You save 3 to 6 months of your expenses para just in case mawalan ka ng trabaho, meron kang panggastos. We are also told to save for the rainy days sa panahon ng taghirap. sa panahon na maraming gastusin. And then, of course, sabi sa'yo, huwag kang bibili ng utang, mag-ipon ka muna 'pag meron kang gustong bilhin. 'Di ba ito ang rason bakit tayo encouraged na mag-ipon? Pero meron akong problema sa mga konsepto na 'to. Supposing nagkaroon ka na ng emergency fund, 6 months of your expenses, hihinto ka ba dun? Meron kang inipon for the rainy day. So natapos ang 2023, walang rainy day na dumating. What do you do now with the money that you save? 'Di ba most of us, 'pag meron ng sobra na ipon, we now ask, "Saan ko ba gagastusin 'to?" Ito na naman tayo, tatanong tayo, "Paano ko ba uubusin?" I am a businessman and I save. So let me share with you why I save. Ako, nag-iipon ako because there is a verse in the Bible or something I learned about life na sinabi ni Solomon. Sabi ni Solomon sa Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 2, "Divide your portion to 7 or even to 8, because you do not know what misfortune or calamity may occur on the earth." Friends, I need you to understand, calamities, they come to a person's life many times. And if you read the Bible, nagkaroon ng famine sa time ni Abraham, nagkaroon ng famine sa time ni Isaac, nagkaroon ng 7 years of famine during kay Joseph. Dumaan tayo sa pandemic. Kami in our farm, hindi lang pandemic ang struggle namin. In fact, today, pinag-uusapan ngayon sa buong Pilipinas, El Nino is here. So ako, every year there's calamity. Now, there is something I learned from the story of Joseph. I want you to know that only a wise and discerning man knows that great abundance will not last forever because calamities will come. However, you can also reverse that. Great famine will not last forever because good times will also come. Galing tayo sa pandemic. Maraming taong na-stress, may mga nagpakamatay. Bakit? No, wala silang ipon eh. Wala silang ipon to be able to help them survive the recent calamity. Ako, I save a lot. Whenever I do business, I save. Bakit? Because I know calamities will come. Ikaw ba nag-iipon? Karamihan ng tao hindi nag-iipon. So ang tanong, bakit? Bakit karamihan ng Pilipino walang ipon? Let me tell you the common answer of people ba't sila hindi nag-iipon. Kaya hindi nakakapag-ipon ang Pilipino kasi sabi nila kulang ang sweldo or kulang ang kita. Paano ka mag-iipon kung kulang pa nga para sa mga gastusin mo? I don't know if you have felt this way. Karamihan ng Pilipino, ito ang rason ba't sila hindi makapag-ipon. Kulang ang kita. Sige, tanggapin na lang natin na kulang ang kita mo. Tatanggapin ko na yon. Supposing may dumating na calamity. Sabi ko sa inyo, di ba? Calamity will come. Na-aksidente si Junior, namatay nanay mo, nabahaan yung bahay nyo, calamity came. Wala kang ipon. Ano ang gagawin mo ngayon in order to survive that calamity? What will you do to be able to survive? 'Di ba? Uutang tayo kasi walang ipon eh. Supposing na dengue si Junior, wala tayong ipon, so uutang tayo. So ito tanong ko, paano ba binabayaran yung utang na yan? Paano binabayaran ng utang? Alam mo, whenever I ask this, nalulungkot ako sa maraming Pilipino kasi parati na lang may nagsasagot sa akin, "Di umutang tayo ulit." Sabi ko, wala na ba tayong katapusan na puro utang na lang ang sagot natin? May time na hindi ka na puwedeng umutang. So, 'pag hindi ka na puwedeng umutang, paano ba binabayaran ang utang? Ganito magbayad ng utang. Ang bayad ng utang padahan-dahan. So, para kang nag-iipon, pero namimigay ng interes. So, friends, ito hindi ko maintindihan. Sabi mo, hindi ka makapag-ipon kasi kulang ang kita mo. Pero willing kang mag-ipon 'pag nagbabayad ka ng interes. 'Di ba 'pag nagbabayad ka ng utang para ka rin nag-iipon kasi nagbibigay ka monthly. Meron pa nagsabi sa akin, "Alam mo Sir Dong, kung walang utang hindi ako nag-survive sa buhay." Sabi ko sa kanya, "Hindi mo naintindihan, utang ang nagpahirap sa'yo. Bakit? Kulang na nga pera mo, namigay ka pa ng interes, eh di lalong kulang." Naintindihan mo niyo ako? Hindi totoo na hindi tayo makaipon kasi kulang ang kita natin. 'Pag umutang ka, pinahirapan mo sarili mo. So, kulang lang ang kita mo kasi namimigay ka ng interes. Eh, ang bangko naman tuwang-tuwa. Hindi ba niyo natatanong bakit ang dami-dami nagpapautang today? And then alam natin 'to, 'di ba? Meron ng app, pautang. And then walang collateral. Ang gagawin nila, hihiyain nila kayo. No, bakit sila excited na magpautang? Kasi magandang negosyo 'yun, eh. Ano magandang negosyo? Imagine, hindi sila naghirap, pinautang ka, may interest, minsan 3 to 5%. Ang gandang negosyo, mas maganda pa 'yun sa pagtanim ng gulay. Friends, hindi ka mahirap kasi kulang kita mo. Mahirap ka kasi hindi ka nag-iipon. And ang para sa akin, saving is essential in building a fruitful future. Kung gusto mo talagang magkaroon ng fruitful future, magandang future, dapat ka matuto mag-ipon. Now, why do I say saving is essential? Alam mo ba na even the plant saves? That for a plant to be able to become fruitful eventually, nag-iipon siya. Diniscuss ko 'to last month. Sabi ko sa inyo, for a seed to become eventually fruitful, gagawa siya ng pagkain. And then gagawa siya ng pagkain, galing sa pagkain meron na siya. It starts with a seed, gagawa siya ng pagkain, habang dumadami yung pagkain, gawa ng pagkain para sa sarili niya. So friends, a plant will use part of the food it produces to maintain itself. 'Di ba? Meron kayong certain amount of food na dapat yung kainin sa isang araw para ma-maintain nyo ang lakas nyo at saka energy nyo. Pero if you really want to grow, part of that is being saved in order to produce growth. Karamihan sa atin, 'di ba, sobra ang pagkain. So makikita mo lumalaki tayo. Unfortunately, iba sa atin matanda na hindi na tayo tumatangkad, palapad na lang yung paglaki natin. Kasi the body actually saves. Pero ang isang tanim, for it to grow, part of the food that produces, it will use to maintain itself. Part of it, it will save so that it can use for future growth. Friends, I'd like to share with you what I discovered as the key to becoming rich. Alam mo, many of the things I've learned in the past 15 years. And nagsisisi ako kasi walang nagturo sa akin ito. And today, I would like to teach many people so that hindi nyo madaanan yung dinaanan ko. And I'm hoping that my children will become better than me. One of the things that hindi ko naintindihan noon is this idea that a part of all you earn is yours to keep. It is a principle from a book entitled The Richest Man in Babylon. If you have a chance to buy that book, please do so. It's an amazing book. It's a very simple book. In one of the main principle niya, sabi niya, a part of all you earn is yours to keep. Simple, no? And it's basically the concept of savings. But it is beyond savings kasi hindi to iipunin para ipanggastos. Let me explain to you. Kaibigan ko sila Randall Chongson, sila Marvin Gurmo, many financial experts. And one of the issue na we struggle with every day, or at least sa Filipino, is this sandwich generation. May pamilya ka na kailangang buhayin, may magulang ka na kailangang sustentuhan. 'Di ba? Many people become OFWs in order to get more so that they can support two families. And ang lungkot, no? Ang lungkot kasi wala na ba tayong pag-asa makalabas doon? Ako may na-discover ako. I believe this idea of a part of all you earn is yours to keep is the solution to many of the Filipino woes or problems. Bakit? Meron kang dalawang pamilyang sinusustentuhan, asawa mo tsaka anak. Meron pang magulang na dapat buhayin. Dapat ito ginagawa natin. A part of all we earn is yours to keep. If you are earning 20,000 pesos, 10% of that is yours to keep. 2,000 pesos. But of course, sabi mo, ano magagawa ng 2,000 pesos? Ang 2,000 pesos in a month, walang magagawa. But 2,000 pesos over time gives you a lot of power. Ang ibig sabihin, ang gagastusin mo lang para sa dalawang pamilya, yung naiwan sa tinanggalan mo ng 10%. Meron din tayong maraming gastusin. Marami sa atin gusto mamasyal, marami sa atin nagmi-milk tea araw-araw, marami tayong gustong gawin, may YOLO, may FOMO, so marami tayong gastusin. And I believe if you only keep a portion of your earning, you can build a good future. Let me just explain ha. Hindi ko sinabi na a part of all you earn is yours to save. Instead, it is yours to keep. And the money you keep must fund opportunities. Meaning, hindi siya gagamitin kasi may bibilin ako. Hindi siya gagamitin kasi nakalamity ako. Ibig sabihin, yung savings na yon, hindi yon kasama sa gastusin. Tinatago yon. Ano ibig ko sabihin tinatago yun? Kasi gagamitin mo yon to build a fruitful future. One of the thing I need you to understand, remember this principle, savings is an expense that will buy your future. Let me illustrate this. Supposing may natanggap ka na sweldo, meron kang taxes, meron kang tithes. If Kristiyano ka, gusto mo mag-tithes, lumabas ang tithes. But one of the thing na dapat lumabas is savings. Now, why did I put 20%? Because Joseph saved Egypt from 7 years of famine by putting aside 1/5 of everything they earned. They were able to become the richest nation of their time in the middle of famine because they saved 20% from all they earned during the good times. The book, The Richest Man from Babylon, suggests 10%. And that's fair. Ako, kung kaya 20%, 20%. Now, pag sinabi kong linabas yan, hindi yan gagastusin. Kasi ang gagastusin mo lang yung naiwang 50%. Of course, sabihin niyo sa akin, di patay din ang lit-lit lang ng pwede kong gastusin. Oo, totoo. Ba't hindi ko pwedeng gastusin yung 20%? Pwede naman. Wala naman akong problema doon. Pero yung 20% dapat o 10% man lang minimum, nakatabi na yon na hindi yon gagastusin kasi gagamitin mo yon to build a fruitful future. Meaning nakalabas na siya, hindi mo na siya pera. Sasabihin mo, ang hirap naman nun. Totoo, mahirap. Kung ayaw mong yumaman, wag mong gawin sinasabi ko sa'yo. Pero kung gusto mong yumaman, ito ang prinsipyo, yung tinabi ko, hindi ko yon panggastos. Yon gagamitin ko ngayon to build a fruitful future. Linabas ko siya, hindi siya panggastos, pero hindi ko siya nawala kasi pera ko pa rin siya. Nakatulong ba sa iyo ang video na napanood mo? Kung natulungan ka, I'd like to ask you a small favor. Sana you will subscribe to the channel or even click the like button because when you do so, YouTube will share my channel to more people. I wish I could make more videos that will help people understand how to live their lives better and become fruitful. So tulungan mo naman ako by subscribing to the channel. Salamat ha.